Do you think you're loving your dog the right way? You feed them on time, take them for daily walks, and always shower them with warm hugs. But why do they sometimes look at you with those sorrowful eyes? Curled up in a corner, seemingly uninterested in everything? I know that feeling, that sense that you're missing something really important, something they can't say out loud. But you know what? Sometimes it's the smallest things so easily overlooked, that dogs perceive as the deepest forms of love. No need for expensive toys. No need for strange treats. Just the very things their heart truly needs. And number 15. That one might just bring you to tears when you realize you've been walking past it every single day. So, let's dive into the 15 things your dog cherishes the most. Simple things that could make you a true hero in your dog's eyes. You know, there's one simple action that, every time you do it, makes your dog's heart nearly burst with joy. It's not feeding. It's not petting their head. It's going for a walk with you. Sounds ordinary, right? But let me tell you something. There's a dog who sits by the door every day at 4 p.m. Rain or shine, just to wait for their owner to come home from work and take them for a walk around the park. To that dog, that moment isn't just a time to get some fresh air. It's the moment they feel like they're living life with you, not just living alongside you. What makes them happy isn't how far you go, but the way you look at them. The smile on your face when they tug the leash. Or the times you stop and say, "Good job, sweetheart." If you're busy, try making a small change. Just 15 minutes every afternoon. No phone, no rushing, just you and your dog. Trust me, those moments that seem insignificant are the most beautiful memories in a dog's heart. And you know what? Your dog doesn't need you to do it perfectly, they just need you to do it with your heart. But, have you ever noticed something? Every time you walk them, they stop at a certain spot and sniff for ages? So don't tug the leash or rush them. Because what you're about to learn next might just change the way you see your dog's entire world. Have you ever seen your dog suddenly stop on the street, pressing their nose deep into a patch of grass or the base of a tree, and just sniff endlessly? You get confused, maybe even a bit frustrated. Come on, we're supposed to be walking. What's so fascinating about that spot? But here's the thing, sniffing is how your dog reads the world. We humans use our eyes to understand. Dogs? They connect, communicate, and remember through their nose. A study from Vanderbilt University found that a dog's sense of smell is 40 times more sensitive than ours. When your dog stops to sniff a spot, they might be reading the news, figuring out who's passed by. Their gender, mood, even whether they're healthy. It's not laziness. It's their way of traveling through the world of scent. So instead of rushing or pulling the leash, try this. Right finger turn every walk into a scent adventure. Give them a few extra minutes to explore a new bush. A familiar fence. Just stand by their side and watch. They'll look back at you with such a joyful sparkle in their eyes. Because for a dog, every scent tells a story. And you are the one giving them the chance to read it. Sometimes, loving someone isn't about leading them quickly forward, it's about letting them pause where the world means something to them. But stopping there isn't enough. There's something else, something so common we all did. But if done wrong, it can make your dog feel trapped, even scared. And that something is about hugs. You love your dog so much that all you want to do when you come home from work is hug them tightly. But have you ever noticed your dog stiffen up, turn their head away, or suddenly lick their lips or start panting when you do that? It's not because they don't love you. It's because hugging, in a dog's natural instincts, is seen as a threatening posture. In the canine world, wrapping limbs around another often signals dominance or control. So when you hug your dog, even with all your love, they might misinterpret it as an act of imposition. That doesn't mean you shouldn't hug your dog. But instead of holding them tightly, you can try this. Right finger sit beside them. Let them lean into you on their own. Place your hand gently on their chest or back. And breathe calmly. This is the silent hug, a moment where your dog feels loved, respected, and not restrained. I once met a girl who kept saying, "My dog's not affectionate. He never likes it when I hug him." But after changing her approach, just sitting nearby, calling him softly, and waiting, within a week, her dog started curling up in her lap every night. When we learn to love someone the way they need, not the way we want, that's when it becomes true love. And there's one moment when your dog always feels deeply connected to you, not through words, Not through touch, but through something incredibly small. Up next, you'll see how simply calling your dog's name, in the right way, can make them jump for joy. Have you ever noticed that, the moment you call out, puppy, whether they're in the bedroom, kitchen, or under the table, they come running to you right away? It's not because you're holding food. It's because they just heard the most important thing in their world, their name. Spoken from your heart. Dogs don't understand every word, but they feel the tone in your voice. A soft, high-pitched, affectionate tone tells them, "You're loved. I'm happy to see you." A harsh, low, or hurried tone, no matter how unintentional, can make them anxious. A study in Hungary once proved, when dogs hear their owner's voice in a loving tone, it activates the emotional region of their brain, just like it does in humans. So don't only call your dog when giving commands or when they've done something wrong. Right finger, try calling their name during everyday moments. When you're pouring a glass of water, opening a window, or simply, when you're just thinking of them. You'll be surprised how their eyes light up. Their tail wags wildly, and they come closer just for one reason: you were thinking of me. Some dogs don't need anything more than a gentle call, because to them, hearing their name from you means they're acknowledged, seen, and loved. And you know what? Sometimes, your warm voice might just be the only music they need after a long day. But calling their name is one thing. There's something even more magical, when you let them become a part of your daily rituals of love. Something only truly caring dog owners do. Can you guess what it is? Have you ever wondered how your dog knows you love them without you saying a single word? The answer lies in your hands. Many dogs absolutely love being gently scratched behind the ears, along their spine, or near their hind legs. But not everyone knows. Gentle massage isn't just petting, it's a form of healing. When you touch your dog softly, their body releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, just like when a mother dog licks her puppies. That's why, after just a few minutes of soothing touch, they slowly close their eyes, breathe calmly, and may even let out soft little sighs of contentment. And you know what? Those moments are the rituals of love your dog looks forward to every single day. You don't need any special skills or professional massage training. Just right finger set aside 3 to 5 minutes in the evening, when both of you are calm and relaxed. Rest your hand on their back, breathe slowly, and let all the worries drift away with each gentle stroke. If your dog leans their head into your lap, then congratulations, you've just made their world feel 100 times safer. Because to a dog, an emotional touch is more powerful than words. You might be surprised to learn, even such a small gesture can help your dog sleep better, feel less stressed, and experience deeper love. And after spending such a peaceful evening together, the next day, your dog might just do this: run over and place their favorite toy at your feet. Why? That's what you're about to find out next. Have you ever seen this moment? Your dog gently carries their favorite toy, walks slowly toward you, and then places it right at your feet, looking up at you with expectant eyes. They're not asking you to play. They're offering you their most treasured gift. To dogs, play isn't just about fun or burning energy. It's a ritual of sharing, a way they connect with you. Like two best friends sharing a secret. Especially games like tug of war, hide and seek with toys, or gentle chasing. These awaken their instincts. But more importantly, they make your dog feel, you're my teammate. If you're too busy, don't worry, you don't need an hour. Just 5 minutes a day playing tug with an old towel or letting them find treats in a cut-up cardboard box, and your dog will be overjoyed. Right finger, you can even make simple toys at home by rolling up a few treats in a small towel and twisting it, hiding some kibble in an empty toilet paper roll and folding the ends shut. I try doing this every morning, and amazingly, from a dog who was often gloomy, mine started waking up earlier than me, just to wait for today's game. Dogs don't remember what you wore today, but they'll remember that you played with them, laughed with them, and looked at them like they were treasure. And when a dog gets to play with you, it's not just joy. It's pride. You're part of my pack. But there's a moment even more special than playtime. It's when you do nothing at all. Just sit there, quietly. Why does silence make a dog feel loved? Have you ever experienced that moment? When the two of you are just sitting in silence? No words, no touch, just you being there. And your dog being there too. To many, it seems ordinary. But to a dog, It's the magic of absolute safety. You see, dogs are wired to be alert. They're cautious of unfamiliar sounds, strange glances, unfamiliar scents, and in that chaotic world, when your dog can sit beside you and drift off to sleep, it means they've entrusted you with their entire life. Not the moment they lie next to you to play, but the moment they close their eyes and fall into a deep sleep, still believing you'll be there when they wake up. That's not just trust. That's pure love, wordless, unproven, unconditional. Right finger. So sometimes, you don't need to do anything special for your dog. Just turn off the TV, put your phone away, sit down on the floor, and let the space fill with nothing but the sound of your shared breathing. I once saw an old man who had lost his wife. He didn't say a word for weeks. But every night, his little dog would sit silently at his feet, unmoving, and only when the man finally shed a tear did the dog gently rest its head on his knee. Sometimes, the deepest kind of love is simply being present. And if you've ever been truly present for your dog, then you'll notice this. They start to sync their schedule with yours. Wake up when you wake up. Eat when you eat. And wait for you by the door at the exact time you come home. Why is that? Have you ever seen your dog waiting by the door at exactly 6 p.m.? Even though you've never taught them your off-work time? Or how every morning, without fail, you're woken up at 6:05 a.m. by a cold little nose nudging your cheek? It's not because they can tell time. It's because they've adjusted their biological rhythm to match yours. Dogs are creatures of security. Any unexpected change, like a late meal, you coming home late, or missing the daily walk, can cause them worry, or even mild stress. A study by the American Pet Behavior Association found that dogs can develop signs of depression when their routine is disrupted for extended periods, especially those who've been abandoned, rehomed, or lived in unstable environments. Right finger. That's why one of the simplest ways to show your dog love is keeping those little daily habits. Feeding breakfast at the same time. Taking them on the same familiar walking route. A gentle, hello, every time you come home. A nightly, good night ritual. A back rub and a soft, sleep well. Baby, I know, some days you're so tired you don't want to do anything. But just keeping that one familiar rhythm for your dog is your way of saying, even when life changes, my love for you never will. Stability isn't boring. It's an unspoken promise. You're always safe in my world. And if you look closely, your dog does something small, but something that always makes you smile. Just one kind word from you, and they light up like they've been given the whole world. Don't believe it? Just wait and see. Have you ever accidentally blurted out, "Good job, baby," just because your dog sat down at the right moment? And then saw them wag their tail, zoom around the house, their eyes lighting up like they just won the world? That's not just a random reaction. That's the joy of being recognized. Dogs don't need expensive treats or fancy rewards. What they need most is your proud gaze. That heartfelt, "Good boy. Well done," spoken from your soul. According to training experts, dogs learn much faster when reinforced with positive emotion rather than dry commands. But more importantly, when you praise your dog, you're telling them, "I believe in you. You did great. You're growing." Right finger. Try creating these heart-touching moments by praising them for not chewing something, not just when they follow commands. Comforting them when they stay still during grooming. Looking into their eyes, smiling, and gently saying, "I'm so proud of you." You'll witness something magical. Your dog becomes more attentive, calmer, more confident. Because in their world, confidence doesn't come from applause, it comes from the warmth in the eyes of the one they love most. And then, that very encouragement will pave the way for something even more beautiful. Like when you give your dog a small task, you'll see a transformation. Just wait for the next part, where you'll discover why dogs love having a job far more than you might think. Do you know what makes a dog lift their head high, tail curled with pride, and walk with confidence? It's not a new collar. It's not a fancy toy. It's a small task assigned by you. Dogs are pack animals. In nature, every member has a role. When you give your dog a job, no matter how simple, they understand. I have a place. I matter. Right finger. Try assigning your dog some adorable duties, like bringing you your slippers in the morning, holding the door while you carry things, guarding your bag while you're in the kitchen. At first, your dog may seem a little confused, But with repetition and praise each time they succeed, you'll witness something amazing. They'll start finding ways to help you more and more each day. I once met an elderly man who lived alone. Every day, his little dog had one mission. When the doorbell rang, run to the door. Bark twice, then return to report. The man said, "He's like my personal secretary." When you assign a task, you're not just teaching your dog something, you're helping them understand, I belong here. I have a purpose. And when your dog feels recognized as a useful member, their trust in you grows day by day. That's why, after a day of working, they'll always seek out a place to rest, one they know is theirs. It doesn't have to be big, just safe, and filled with your warmth. Have you ever seen your dog quietly retreat to a small corner when the house gets too noisy? Or when guests arrive, they crawl under the table and curl up? It's not because they're sulking. And it's not sadness either. It's because they need a safe space to emotionally reset. Just like humans, dogs can feel overwhelmed by loud noises, by too many people, or simply by fatigue. Right finger a small private space, even just a familiar cushion, a basket with a blanket that smells like you, or a lightly fenced corner on the balcony, can be a safe zone where your dog recharges, calms down, and feels respected. You don't need to buy a fancy doghouse. What your dog needs is a place that's always theirs, and where no one intrudes when they need solitude. I once saw a 5th-grade boy build a tent for his dog from an old cardboard box. Draped with a blanket, on top, he taped a little sign, "Do not disturb when I'm sad." Every time his parents argued, the dog would crawl inside. And when the boy came over, sat beside it, and slid his hand inside, the dog would step out. A dog doesn't need the whole world, just a little place to know, I'm loved, even when I'm not okay. And if you've given your dog a place to be at peace, something magical happens. Every time you sit alone, they'll come to you. Sit quietly, do nothing, just be there. Because, when love is deep enough, sometimes presence is all that's needed. You've just walked through 15 seemingly simple things, yet each holds the power to completely transform a dog's emotional world. Not because you bought expensive toys, or fed them exotic treats, but because you listened with your eyes, with your hands, with your gentle breath. Dogs can't speak, but if they could, they'd probably say just one thing. Thank you for understanding me, not just as a pet, but as a friend. If you're doing any of these things, even just a few, then congratulations. You are a hero in your dog's eyes. No cape needed, no magic required, just your heart, still beating for a small soul who trusts and loves you unconditionally. Every single day.